I want to bring in Dave Aronberg now. He's an attorney in Palm Beach County, Florida, who's been following this as well. Dave, thank you for being here. The legalities of this, first of all, needs to be approved by a federal judge. What do we know about the judge and the next steps here?
Well, I think it's pretty much a formality, Marni. The big question was what the charges would be. Would they bring something beyond the tax charges and the gun charges? And the answer is no. And so I think this investigation is over. The judge will sign off on it. And look, if you're the defense lawyers for Hunter Biden, you are very likely not going to agree to a deal on these charges, knowing there are other potential bigger charges still remaining. So to answer Leland's question, I think this is it. And I know it's going to upset a lot of people in the MAGA world, but they got to move on because I know they have all these conspiracy theories surrounding Hunter Biden, but this is what the law allows. There is no other evidence to bring other charges, apparently.
So as part of this deal, and the details we still don't fully know, he would avoid jail time, but then be under probation for somewhere around 2 years. What would that look like?
Yeah, this is actually a pretty typical plea deal for the government when you're dealing with misdemeanor charges. These are minor charges, and rarely does the government even prosecute on that gun offense where someone was under the influence of drugs at the time they bought a gun. So this is pretty standard. The probation adjuster, there'll be conditions on the probation, and as long as he doesn't step out and violate those terms, and we don't know the exact terms yet, then he will be able to be free the whole time. If he does violate the terms of probation, which could include, no usage of drugs, then he'd go straight into jail.
The other question I have, and I was reading an article on the Associated Press a moment ago, Dave, and it said it's unusual to resolve a federal criminal case at the same time that the charges are filed in court. Can you help clarify why that would be unusual in this case?
No, I mean, government prosecutors do this type of thing a lot where they negotiate and they resolve a case. I guess what they're saying is first you have the charges, then you have the negotiation. But it's not unheard of that prosecutors will get involved. And in this case, the defense lawyers will get involved early. And in this case, because it was so high profile, the defense lawyers got a leg up. They got advance word that this was going on, and so they started negotiating. In high profile matters, this is actually kind of normal. But I guess, yes, if it's not a high profile matter, the defendant may never know they're going to be charged until they're charged. And that's why people may be confused by this.
So the two charges, failing to pay federal income tax, illegally having a weapon. If you're not Hunter Biden, the son of the president, what would be the typical consequences for these types of misdemeanor minor charges?
You might not even be investigated if you're not a high-profile figure like Hunter Biden for the gun offense. You don't see too many of those types of charges from the federal government. Now, the taxes, that is something that everyone else would be investigated for. But once you pay the taxes, even if it's late, it's unlikely you're going to serve jail time. And Hunter Biden is no different. And that's what we should expect in the law. It's equal justice under the law. And for those who think he got off easy, the prosecutor in this case, as Leland said, was appointed by Donald Trump and remained on with the Department of Justice as a special prosecutor where the DOJ let him go independently to do what he needed to do. And here is the outcome. So it's hard to say this is political when you had an independent special prosecutor who was appointed by Donald Trump doing the investigating here.
And real quickly, Dave, next step here, how long will this process take?
I think it's going to wrap up really quickly. There'll be a lot of howls from Congress. There'll probably be hearings, but it won't amount to much. But the conspiracy theories will continue. There's no way to end that.
Hunter Biden's team saying 5-year investigation now resolved. The White House also responding, we love our son. That is the furthest that comment will go. We will work to continue to gather Republican response and the implications this may have on the 2024 race. Dave Aronberg, as always, State Attorney from Palm Beach County. Thank you for your perspective. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.